and we'll roll the old printing press along. We'll roll the old printing press along. We'll roll the old printing press along, and we'll all hang out in kind. Well, a nice jump. Howdy, folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with some more Celeste. Hope everyone's doing well. Say we have a circle C and a point P outside. Oh, okay, we've got a math problem coming in. But welcome in, Carsey, welcome in, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. So, a circle C and a point P outside C. Aren't the tangent lines through P touching C infinitely long? The tangent line segments, or, well, yeah, if they are tangent true lines, I believe so, technically. Ooh. Okay. I need to refresh myself on where we're at here, because I know I spent a lot of time on this, but we did not do this. Yeah, we got somewhat sidetracked and then went over to Marsh. The Shifujin hello was quite fun, but not exactly great for focusing on complex pathing. Question is to prove the tangent lines are of equal length. Well, I would suspect, Carsey, that this is probably a case of the math homework not doing a good job of defining what it's trying to say. But welcome in, Pug. Hopefully you are doing well. They are wrong, I'm right. See, that happens a lot with math textbooks. I will still contend that the dumbest thing I've come across was I had a math textbook that categorically, basically, it had probability problems, but they didn't want to promote gambling by using the word die or dice, so some poor schmuck of an editor went through the entire thing and, or probably did a find replace all, but basically replaced all instances of die or dice with number cube, which resulted in some lovely phrases like, if you roll a 20-sided number cube, which to this day sticks with me and melts my brain. Hey, welcome in, Ollie! So happy to see your stream! And hello, Carsey. Aw. Welcome in. Glad to see you as well. So an N20, a D20. But the problem is, you can't have a cube with a different number of sides than 6. Oh, NC20. Yes, no, exactly. This is true. But yeah, I don't know how someone looked at that and went, yep, an 8-sided number cube. That's correct. No, it sounds bad. I quit my current therapy. I'm so happy and so proud. All right. I mean, I'm not going to say that's intrinsically bad. It sounds like it was a fairly intensive thing that you were getting somewhat stressed about. I hope that you got something out of it. And even if that something was, this is not a good fit for me, that's still doing a lot. Number hypercube. I'd be almost more okay with that. Why not just put 8 numbers on a wheel instead? I mean, you could do a spinner, but no, that would be too goofy, I guess. So, okay, I remember what I was trying to figure out, I think, was ways to push the fish, I think, using that, but that might just not be good enough. Bum, bum, bum. Die. They also have 6-sided unalives. Yes, of course. The other kind of die. No, okay. So, this routing is going to be deeply interesting. Finally tried Celeste, realized games aren't for me. I got through the introduction with lots of... I realized games are not for me. Honestly, Jamie, that is super valid. I say as someone who has been playing games fairly consistently for the past year. In a lot of ways, they aren't for me either, but we try nevertheless. Welcome in. Person I was speaking to said, I do have signs of autism, and she totally gets the therapy takes too much energy for me. Awesome. Super fair. And that's, yeah, the thing about therapy is it's intended to be tools, right? And not all tools work for you. I mean, I went to therapy for a bit, and for me, what I recognized at the time, because it was in the height of lockdowns, my living situation, I couldn't really go outside to do stuff. And the therapist kept saying, well, have you tried going on a hike or doing X, Y, or Z things? It's like, these are all wonderful suggestions that would probably help me. However, to make sure that I don't accidentally kill my dad, the comfort level that my family is operating on doesn't allow that to happen. So, what else can you do for me, to try and make this work out? And the answer was so I went, all right, bye-bye. I'll go back to my last therapist. I love her. Awesome. Finished my book today. Yay. Okay, let me word it differently. Celeste isn't for me. I also tried Farewell, couldn't get past the cloud, so I gave up. Oh wait, you went straight from the intro to Farewell? Dear God. But yeah, no, Celeste is a very interesting one. It is not my typical style, but it's quite neat. I think I really enjoyed the story component of it. The mechanical bit is fine. Like, I think it's well put together. It's just not a style of game I play a whole lot, so, you know, I'm less excited by that than a lot of people seem to be, but the story I think is brilliant. And the beautiful thing about stories in games is you can experience them pretty well vicariously. I'd actually cry if I went from 0 to 100 like that. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. No crying. Too bad. Crying is valid. So, here's my issue. Wait. So, what if... subscribe to earn drops? Wait, what? Pardon? Huh? Ah! Okay, but I do think that's about correct. So when you say, so what are drops? Is this something specific to my channel and I need to do something? Or, like, is there a thing that I can be getting for you guys that I'm not currently doing? Every channel? Oh, okay, gotcha. Is there, like, an enable or something that I need to do? I want to make sure that that is available. If we pay money, we get Crunchyroll. Oh, sick! It is fun, but I'm bad at it. Funnier to watch Tim help me, aka finish the introduction. Yep. Already have drops enabled? Sick! Alright, well then, if you feel like spending some money for that, feel free to spend it anywhere. I will certainly appreciate it if you spend it here, but no pressure, obviously. I'm starting a 648-page book tonight. When looking at the blurb on Goodreads, I saw a review that was a spoiler. It was a low-key spoiler, though, so nothing too bad. Okay. But yeah, still, any amount of spoiler, not a great amount of spoiler. It might show up if you go to twitch.tv/YohanPlaysThings. Feel like the drops are breaking your Twitch. How so? Or just like, a lot of people are doing things? Oh, also, I do apologize. This may be a shorter stream today. Probably closer to like an hour and some change, because... to put it as delicately as I can, I rolled the number cubes on some dated May 13th of this year pistachios, which I thought would probably be fine, but I seem to have rolled snake eyes, so, might need to drop out early, but we're gonna do what we can and have some fun, because I really want to beat this room. Spoilers makes me not want to read or watch something. My friend spoiled Endgame, still haven't watched it. It's funny, because if someone just, like, springs spoilers on me, I certainly am not a fan, and it does drain a lot of the enjoyment, but there are some things that I know I would never watch if I wasn't slightly spoiled on it, and so I enjoy having the elevator pitch that does spoil one or two things. It's interesting. I don't know a good way I can't tell you exactly how to determine which is which, but yeah. But no, it's always something where opting in is kind of important. Ever since the specific drop has been here, my chat refreshes when you load it. Oh, weird. Brother once ate 2 packs of ramen, got terribly sick while they still should have been good for a month. Aw, no. Yeah, and like the thing is, really and truly, expiration dates are mostly a suggestion. Pistachios are a nut, so they can go rancid. They did not taste rancid, but it is the only thing I can think of that would have done that. So, I blame them, and I am sad, because I really like pistachios. But, you know, sometimes things just don't work out. Okay, so that's not going to work. Damn. Basically, what I think needs to be done is we're trying to get the pufferfish in a place where it can help us to return. So, is that from the middle? Maybe? What a fascinating first-time chat. Do you live in Missouri? I will not confirm nor deny, and have an email. I have many emails. But that is a fascinating this is perhaps the strangest time traveler appearing, I'm from the future and I need your help kind of story. Like, my first assumption would be a scam, but if this is a person who legitimately needs help, I will say, even if I did live in Missouri, I would not confirm it, so it does seem like a person, which is part of why I'm fascinated. You don't have a phone, okay. I'm terribly curious. Does not live in misery. No, I do live in misery. Also, welcome in, Tesla Coil. Boop, boop, boop. So, like, if I refresh the page, like, 15 seconds later, the chat refreshes, which deletes the message I was typing. Oh, that's miserable. This thing... Oh, right, and then, right, it starts doing the keys, which messes with stuff. Been listening to 4 books of the series by the same narrator. She did not narrate the rest. Uh-oh. You have a firstborn, can I eat it? Uh-oh. But... I'm genuinely curious. Like, I mean, if you're needing to continue asking around for help, go do that. Don't let me keep you here. But what would me living in Missouri and having an email do for you? I cannot help you. I can say that much, because even if I was in Missouri, I would not feel comfortable sharing that. But I'm fascinated, if you're willing. To what possible end do you need this? Contact a friend to get you out of here. Gotcha. But why would I need to be in Missouri? Because email should work anywhere in the world. So, okay. This fish... So I need to get over to the doorbell and then in some way interact with the fish so that I can dash out of it. The fact that this is the second time is concerning. You can't just go around eating people's firstborns. I mean, it's a fairly restrictive diet, but we can try. Go ask others. I'll follow so I can get back to you, but my email doesn't work. All right. Well, best of luck, SAO. I hope you find someone that can help you out. I'm still somewhat unclear on stuff, but best of luck. Firstborns aren't really renewable? No, they are fairly renewable. It's just, it's multi-generational renewable, right? You can't renew a given generation's firstborns, but the next generation, you know, of second and thirdborns will then have a whole new batch of firstborns, right? So, you know, they're renewable, but you have to keep going to other people. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, when we're talking like biofuel, which is more renewable, do you think it's the same plant over and over? Firstborn of firstborn is not firstborn of nthborn, however. Exactly. Firstborn are the worst ones, though. I am the first one. I am also, I will say, Meathan is in fact a firstborn. Mountain. I mean, it's ostensibly a mountain still. Fleep! Thank you. Are you calling firstborns biofuel? I mean, technically speaking, are we not all just biofuel in training? I guess it's a mountain. True, true. I'm not chatting much because you're gaming an ultra kill. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Bump bump. Room is too smart for you on. I'm really struggling. I've tried like 3 or 4 different things. I'm wondering if I'm thinking at this point that if I do this, I go there and then I'm hoping I can dash while I'm being blasted back, but we'll see. Supposedly, a human is about 40 kilocalories of meat and things? Wait, sorry, hold up. I've always seen kcal used for just like nutrition-based calories, and 40 does not seem correct, but I'm assuming that you're saying 40,000 calories. Yeah, kcal. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Bum bum bum. Also, okay, so SAO, what are you typing on if all your phones aren't here? Like, A, you could create a new email. B, it's been a little while, but you obviously have internet connection. You could look into, I know that some email providers allow you to send a text to a number through them. So, that is a potential option. Gonna go listen to audiobook? Alright, enjoy! Bum 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 ba-dum bum. How you can trigger switches with fishes. They have been No, I did not remember that. Right, explosions can do stuff like that. Technically, it should be M kilograms, not grams, because SI standard is kilogram, but they allow canceling the unit, right. Millikilograms. Boop. So, okay, so trying to move the fish over there was correct, but, I don't know. I still want to try this one out. I still want to see if the deflection works, but this is a reasonable thing. Thought about answering tests in inches. I did have a physics test at one point that was about momentum, and gave a problem partially in metric, partially in imperial. And obviously we were intended to convert over to metric because metric is decidedly better for such things. However, technically, we could have done it in imperial. But basically, I converted into, I believe, slug feet per second. And my teacher was not happy, but at the very least very amused. And imperial is the standard of units, like feet, inches, and such. So you're asking for someone to ping your Gmail. Yeah. I am somewhat concerned, SAO, that I am somewhat concerned that A, this is not something that you should be sharing from a personal safety standpoint, and B, the alternate is that it is some sort of scam setup, so I would be careful. I'm not in a position to help you at the moment. I hope that someone can, if it is a legitimate call for help. I don't speak freedom. Dun dun dun. How to ping a mail. Okay, so we go across here. And then we can go to the doobly-doo. Okay, so that will work. So there are 2 things. What is the problem anyway? I'm not 100% sure, but SAO was asking if I live in Missouri and have an email. Or if anyone does, I suppose, because they are trying to get into contact with someone to get them out of, I think, where they are locked in a room? Not the firstborn. Yeah, there's a number of potential. So either we can get the pufferfish over so the explosion does it, or we bounce, go over here, and basically run a big old loop. Can you add not eating firstborns to the rules? I mean, who am I to tell someone how to live their life? There we go. Doing this room the hard way and missing the obvious. I mean, I've tried doing it a number of ways. So this way worked. So it's allowed? I mean, I don't think the eating of a firstborn is actually occurring in the chat, so I'm not sure how much control I have over this. Plus, who am I to get in the way of Fey bargains? I personally really enjoy those. Let me eat the firstborns in peace. Exactly. You didn't do that the intended way at all? Oh, okay. It was sounding like the intended way was to try and basically back push the fish. I just kept bouncing off of it, not thinking about exploding it. We got there. Doing it the hard way and ignoring the obvious? That's just the Johan stream norm. Exactly. What's in it for me? What's in the firstborn eating for you? That is a fascinating question. Probably not much. Like a trade? I mean, is it specifically your firstborn? Otherwise, why is there any sort of obligation there? Okay. Aren't walls made of paper in America? I'm trying to process this question. A, America big place. B, made of paper. Like, there is such a thing as wallpaper. There's also drywall. There's also brick and such. I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but I don't think there's any. I shouldn't say that. There's some very, very weird places in America and some very rich and strange people, but I don't think there's a house that's just like walled with printer paper or anything of that sort. Drywall? Drywall is so drywall, as I understand it, I am not a big house person, but as I understand it, because I remember hearing jokes about people eating drywall. I've seen, I know there's a lot of movies where someone will like punch through drywall. It's especially like in like coming of age movies. But basically it is a very, I guess it's plaster, I think is kind of what it is. So it's basically, it's a very lightweight, almost cardboardy-esque material. No, cardboard isn't a good equivalent, but it's a fairly lightweight thing that's hard, but is not that strong, I suppose. This Johan guy only knows stuff about economics and philosophy. He doesn't know his architecture at all. They're made of paper. As an American wall, I can confirm it. No, you are true. And honestly, I don't even know that much about economics. Philosophy is about all I can manage. I don't even have a degree in it. What if I promise to wish for you to not... Oh god, are we getting into genie firstborn wars? It's like walls made of paper with cotton inside. By cotton, do you mean like insulation? Thin wood. I guess, yeah, I don't think it is actually... I don't think it's actual wood, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm saying this because if the room made out of drywall, you could hopefully break through it. True. Pour water on drywall does it become wet wall, I suppose. Johan, you're poor, Jin. I'm fascinated in what context this comes up. I mean, I'm not going to argue that, but I'm very curious. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so we're trying to bounce, we're trying to hit the fish as we bounce on it. Nope. My timing's great. There we go. That wasn't so hard. He's not in that one room you were stuck in for multiple streams and he said, poor Johan. Oh, yeah. That I absolutely believe. Okay, so we need to Welcome in, quote. How's it going? Ah! Oh, dear God. You stuck in comb room, clearly? Oh, definitely. It's okay to be poor. We all are. Energy drinks are expensive. Jamie, despite working in a retail environment, I don't drink energy drinks. It's strange, I know, but I've never even tried Monster, I don't think. Want to test my game that can read files anywhere in the user's file system? Having a lot more trust with you, I'm actually genuinely not opposed to it. Not today, and it will probably be a little while, quote, because I've got a wedding the next week, so I'm going to be out for a little bit. But in principle, yes, I am down to try. Whoop. What? I mean, like, yeah. I try to avoid caffeine quite intentionally as well. So like, yeah, I don't know. I've never had Monster. I've never had Rockstar. Is that another one? Is Prime an energy drink, or was that just a popular streamer thing? I have the power to do malicious things to so many streamers. This is true. Caffeine is a drug, so like me is no. For me, it's just literally I hate the idea of using it to be more wakeful, I guess. But surely someone knows you're there? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who it is. There is someone here. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, is this not an actual call for help? Is this like, I'm almost wondering if this is more of an ARG? Oh, God. Okay, so we need to do a lot of stuff. Just genuinely have zero interest in doing that. That is super fair. Yeah, I don't know, like, I obviously no hate to people who do enjoy energy drinks, like, if that's what folks enjoy. It's just, yeah, personally not something that's been that's not something that's been big for me. Not an ARG. Okay, I'm having a lot of trouble constructing a realistic scenario where someone who has not followed me and not chatted before clicks on my stream with 10-ish viewers and uses that to try and get someone to email them if they're from a particular state to help them find their phone rather than searching for their phone or yelling loudly to help them out of something. I'm feeling like there's a bit that I'm missing. Need them to survive my final exams? That's fair. I survived final exams mostly by not changing out of my pajamas and baking a lot of ginger snaps for people. Why would I yell there's someone in my house? Because I'm quite confused, I guess. So it's quite literally someone you don't know. So you're in a Twitch stream asking for someone to help you ping their phone. Also, you're listening to me with volume, presumably, since you said I was hooked up to your TV. Or you're hooked up to your TV. So my voice is there, which would be a security hazard. And you're using a Twitch stream to try and get someone to contact you to find a way to save yourself from a potential intruder? About a year ago, I had Toast test a game with a client-server interface, which, had it worked, would have given me his IP simply because he would have had to connect my machine, and he leaked my IP on stream. Uh-oh. Again, you are going to be better off looking up, like, if this is a legitimate concern, look into options for doing text via email. You should be able to create a new account. That's going to be more effective for you. Legitimately, I'm not in a position where I feel comfortable sending an email. I don't know I also do not fully understand the situation. There are things that you can be doing that are going to be more effective. If this is a legitimate concern and you are actually worried for your safety, there are other things to be doing. Be looking into alternatives for texting things, see if there's a way to contact an emergency line. Only came to this stream because there's a small amount of people as opposed to a large amount. All right, I wish you luck. I'm genuinely confused and do not. It is making me kind of go, what's up with this? All right, best of luck, Godspeed. Boop. See, of course, as soon as that's said, I start hearing thumping from my house. Although I suspect that is simply because we are quite windy today. So, probably just sticks, you know. Perfectly normal stuff. It frickin' windy. No, exactly, honestly. It's very strange because it's like, it's a very bright and sunny day out. It does not look like there should be much wind, but it is friggin' windy. Okay, so we're trying to throw the jellyfish repeatedly. So boing. Ah, nope. I need to run into the bouncer. Ah! Live action Girls' Last Tour will feature Jack Black as Cheeto. No, please. Anyway, next time I will try to test it with him and we'll be using a VPN. Good, because I think the game only really works in LAN, at least without messing with port forwarding in the router. Fair. It's windy where you are too? The same wind. Aha, so someone sent you an email and the police are arriving. Well, I'm glad you're doing better then. So it would be impossible for either of us to know the other one's IP address. That would be good. Now, just the VPN folks will know. I do always enjoy that argument of, or I guess the like selling point in VPN advertisements of like, this way, your internet service provider won't know what you're searching. It's like, yeah, but now you will. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, yes, security and privacy from someone that already has the info, but now we're giving it to a new one. Okay. Fascinating. Alrighty. Oh god, fish. Oh dear. Oh dear. Come on, fish. No! How do we utilize the fish? That's a strange sentence I was not anticipating today. Bunky the Pumper, welcome in. How's it going? Bum bum bum. Whoa! Fishing for compliments or explosions. Whatever is good. True, true. Yeah, that would also be my question, Nomo, but again, I'm relatively convinced that this is either a very complex bit or a scam. I'm leaning towards bit. I think it's meant to be some sort of joke, but I'm confused. You beat Farewell before me? I'm unsurprised. I stream about twice a week, and last stream mostly became just yapping with another streamer. Less like NordVPN, more like Hamachi. I am not familiar with Hamachi. No, exactly, Nobo. Because I'm like, if it is an actual thing, that is a terrifying situation. But also, that's why I'm like, there's alternatives. So if it is a real situation, please stop asking for help here and start seeking it where you'll actually likely get it. 15 crystal hearts yet. I am blanking on what crystal hearts are. That's the hearts that you get at the end of seasides and whatnot, or am I misunderstanding? Oh wait, so we bounce here, we bounce the oh no, okay. Because I'm like, if we bounce the fish, the problem is it rebounds so quickly, so we kind of need to be instantly blowing it up. at the end of B-sides and such. Yeah, yes, I've done every B-side and C-side up until now. Bum bum bum. Yeah, no, that exactly. There's a number of things where I'm like, this seems strange. Oh, you haven't? Okay, because yeah, that's I finished B-sides and was ready to move on for farewell. But folks said, hey, you should try to do all of the C-sides first because it will teach you things. And you know what? It did teach me things. Mostly sadness and self-loathing, but we did it. Oh, it's what people used to use way back in the day to play LAN games over the internet. I'm sure some people still use it for that since it's still around, but it's pretty expensive, so people have moved on to other options. That's fair. Sometimes the oldie but goodies are expensive. Because of course, LAN only works locally. What? You mean local area networking only works locally? Crazy. Boing. Well, okay. I was trying to go backwards to cling onto the left side of the thing, but that's not gonna work. Yes, no, exactly. Local area network, I believe, or local area networking. What? What happened to the perfect tower too? Did I abandon my tower? Yeah. I played it for a bit. I occasionally queue it up for like an hour or two, but I have also just been massively busy. Boing. Although that's more recent. I just the complexity seems fun, but I was not at a point where I had the mental energy available to try and devote towards getting everything set up. Gee, it's almost like there's a reason I use the phrase, of course. Exactly. Of course it can only be local for a local area network. Crazy insanity. Boing. Yes, I do recall you talking about the Roblox incremental game. I will say, I have actually at this point seen people play Roblox because there are a whole bunch of young folks that come into the library to use the computers, mostly to play Roblox, which, like, alright, you know, at least you're getting out and about and using the library. Sometimes they even check out books. It's crazy. Is there really a chance you're on Beats Farewell today? Not super likely. I'm not going to be on for much longer, unfortunately, because I am in discomfort, but we're trying. We're doing some stuff. We're chugging away. Oh, apparently Isley knows the dev, nice. Scrolling through Twitch, heard a loud sound, don't know what it was, but I live alone, so not good. And I start scrolling through Twitch streamers with low people so it would be safer. Why is that safer? And then I sent messages. I sent messages to people through Twitch streams so they could send a message to my email, and someone did, so I opened my phone and called the police, and I should be safe because I hear sirens. I really hope that's not real. I'm very sorry if that is a thing that's actually happening to you, but huh. Only realized it was the same dev when they commented on Isley's video. Gotcha. No, you're not scaring me. It's just genuinely quite strange, and there's the part in the back. I guess uncomfortable could potentially be a thing. It's more just confused. But I am glad if it is a legitimate thing that you are feeling safer and okay. Yeah. And so at this point I'm like I'm not that worried about interrogating it. But I hope you're safe and okay. I've considered looking into setting up a server that both instances of my game would connect to, but I don't think there's a reliable way to do it for free. Yeah, I remember looking into that a while back to figure out I was looking into basically hosting my own website, which has gotten a lot tougher these days. I was reading a lovely article a while back about how sort of the undemocratization, there we go, of email and how it, that used to be something where everyone set up their own email, but now most people use things like Gmail, which tend to filter out basically non-mainstream domain names, so that you can still set up your own SMTP service, but it will likely just basically be blacklisted, which is somewhat problematic. Something insert Squarespace sponsor here. Yeah. Just a Tumblr blog with a custom domain. Yeah, no, and that's I've also looked at Substack potentially for some stuff. There's some things I want to do that might be a little more intensive. Because there's also like WordPress allows you to do some like free stuff, but I don't know. I think it would be nice to be able to host it on one of my own machines, but it gets very complicated and expensive. I did not send the email. I don't even know if it's someone in this stream that sent the email, but I'm glad that you're feeling safer. No, it's all good. I mean, it is what it is. It's just it is the type of thing where the most rational explanation to me, and part of why it's just like, is I cannot conceive of that as a legitimate scenario, so it's easier for me to think it is some sort of scam or joke. Which I feel a little bad because I don't want to accuse you of those things, but I'm having such trouble wrapping my head around it being real. Alrighty. Boingy. The big thing here is timing, and I'm not sure how to get the timing better. So, we go there. Actually, this room is just butt. I mean, this is fair. Many Celeste rooms seem to be. Especially in Farewell. Seasides in Farewell seem to like to make things that are just pain. But basically, we're going here, and then we need to use the fish to launch us, but we also need to make sure that our hang time is appropriate. There's a mechanic you might find helpful. Well, I was wondering if we could use the fish blast to, like, deflect the thing in some way, but it doesn't seem to be affected by it. Oh, wait, hold up, one moment. Oh, this well, this might be a little awkward. I've gotten an in-person interview at a library that, for basically a similar position to what I'm currently working, just trying to, like, diversify, my income and try and get a foot in the door, at that library system. I'm not going to be, as I mentioned, I'm flying to go to a wedding, so I'm not going to be able to go to it in person. I'm out for like the next week. This is perhaps the most awkward possible timing for that. So we'll see we'll see how that one works. Get a tall jump off the fish bump. Oh. So wait, so we can go bam, bam. Tall jump. Comb room is at least funny, yeah. So, when you say tall jump, so basically the momentum of the fish can boost me. Get off the fish's way, get out the fish's way. Don't know how to get out of the fish's way without... Oh! Oh! So dashing straight up and basically using the fish as a checkpoint, kinda, sorta? I did try holding jump, but... Oh, wait, right, I dislike this room a lot. Oh, this is always what you want to hear from the much more talented peanut gallery. Okay, bam, bam. Okay, that was interesting. Where is this room? It is after this room with the jellyfish sending through. You're solving this. I don't have a problem with this room, but I took my time figuring it out. That is fair. It's just always heartening when the much more talented chat is like, ah, this one. Even if it's not actual hate, it's just like, ah, I remember this one. It's like, no! I don't want the rooms that people remember. It's like the entire checkpoint is calm and then there's this one. This is the one that breaks it. Okay. I do think there's some potential to doing the immediate up dash. Problem is, we still need to boost off of that, I think. So, we go here. Nope. No, because, yeah, it's too shallow of an angle. Okay! That has some strange potential. Because if I hadn't panicked there, we could have gotten the double dash crystal, idled, hit the bouncer, and maybe the double dash crystal would have respawned by that time and we could have continued normally? I don't think that's how it's meant to be done, but... Well, actually, being remembered rooms isn't that much of a problem. Oh, my remember rooms isn't that much of a problem. I think I remember every room in Farewell. Okay. So, boing, 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 boing. Nope. Just had DeepSeek be indecisive for a minute because it couldn't decide whether to make all 24 profiles listed in the message or make 3 to 5 per message, as I told it. Oh, that was... Wait, what if we do just move the fish? I mean, I think this would not be good, but it sure would be something. But interesting, so it was deciding whether or not to follow directions or to do its own thing. Goofy. Nope. Too high. Bam, 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 bam. Too low. You can just cheat to get there? Dun, dun, dun. Cheat how? Boing, boing, boing. No. Boing, 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 boing. Bum, 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 buh, buh, bum, buh. Oh dear, I'm going to see if I can power through this room, but I am. I probably do not have much in me after this room, so let's see what we can do to get through it. And I apologize again for it being shorter than I would have otherwise intended. Shakes fist quite grievously at pistachios. Okay, we've got this. Bam, 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 bam. Nah. So doing the up dash, I think, helps us a lot. Because even though I don't have it super well controlled, I think that's a really good way to get more of the distance we need. Problem is still, though, the timing. So, like, okay, we can try for a mini launch over that, but then we're left waiting for this thing way too long. Getting to the double dash crystal, I think we have slightly more options? Oh no, I'm gonna try the soft launch a few more times. This is just very interesting because neither path seems clearly correct, and neither path seems, well, both, at least to me, both paths seem clearly wrong, but I think one of the two is what we eventually need to go with. Yeah. We could also, rather than doing the up dash, we kind of got the option by continuing to move forward with the block, but again, that seems like very precise timing. Nope. Okay. Boing, 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 boing.
No, man.
Boing, 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 boing. Exasperated lip trills. We go here, here, here. Here, here. Nope. So we start on the far left side. Boing. Boing. Nope. Ooh. No, need to be further out, so dashing up and to the right there, I think. No, so dashing up and immediately moving right. Nice and simple, like. Come on. Is each stream just going to have a room that we get stuck on? It kind of feels like it. No option for just a day of smooth progression. Blah. Check Discord. All right. I'm hoping that this is not just a straight up solution to it. It looks like this may be a straight up solution to it, so we'll wait on that one. Thank you for the warning. Because no, I do want to see. No, it's all good, and we caught it in time. I appreciate it, and we may end up doing that. I just, again, like, this is... Farewell is mostly about asking routing questions, it seems like. So, trying to figure out how to consistently route. Like, teach a man to fish and all that, which is perhaps a little inappropriate considering how terrible we're being to this fish. But... so, like, there, I'm able to consistently get it up to the verticality that I want, but I'm also consistently failing to trigger it. Teach a fish to man. A man to fish, a fish to man. So, okay. So I'm trying to, like, just gently sidestep it? I'm trying to massively sidestep it. Bump, 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 ba-dum, bump. Yeah, that was bad. Fish explosion is absolutely necessary in some capacity to get over, I have to assume. The fact that there is a little dip there? Oh! Wait. What if we do this big jump, we do the big jump, and we try and come back the way we came from, rather than going over to the double dash? Ah. The Johann be do having thoughts. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Nope, that need more verticality. Okay, bam, bam, We will teach the fish to man, one way or another. No, okay. I think that was the closest we've gotten to a workable thing there. Which is perhaps not that hopeful, but... Nope. But if I hadn't kind of lost control there, we could have managed that, I think. Nope. I keep having the instinct to sidestep to dodge, which is not what we want to do. We go bam, 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 bam. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. No. I don't know why counting. I don't think counting is actually that helpful, but apparently that's where we're at. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Okay. No! Bam, 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 bam. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. It took me so long to find out what that, I for the longest time, I thought of it as the clock chimes. Just like, it is the noise that clocks make. It took me so long to find out that that was called the Westminster chimes. Which I'm deeply embarrassed about because I should have known. Especially given that I had... This is safe to say. I have been to Westminster. And I had been to Westminster and seen Big Ben as well. Before, like several years before, I had recognized that those chimes have a name, and that happens to be the Westminster chimes. I am an utter fool. Oh, hey! That famous clock is making the noise that a bunch of clocks make. I wonder if there's a name for that. Oop. Nope. We need to get lower when we're doing that. Ah. Yow. Boing, 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 boing. Boing, 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 boing. No! I really want to do this room, because I know if I stop now, I'm not going to be able to do it the next time. It is the way. Nope. I swung too far. Nope. Pain. Room after this one is very inconsistent, you find, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. I mean, I'm already finding this one inconsistent. Ah, I remember this one, says Yokai. Yeah, that's kind of the reaction a lot of people have been having. And that is not bringing me joy. Oh, welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. No, exactly. Oh, good. Even more people remember this. No. We will see, because again, I'm doing battle on 2 axes here. I only remember your genocides. Wait, what? Pardon. Look it up when give up. Will do. I do think that I'm on to something with this, though. No one likes this room. Yeah. Huh? What? No, exactly, Carsey. What was that? An elf? Trying to think, have I even murdered things in mass in this game, or on stream? Oh, well, I guess it technically wasn't on stream. Well, okay. I suppose the interesting trolley problems, we did kill a number of people. Hollow Knight, I suppose, arguably, we also murdered a lot of people. And I guess near we've killed a lot of people, so this is fair. I mean, I love this room when others are playing it. That, I think, is very fair. Classic, you know, the best dog is the neighbor's dog, the best room is the streamer's room. Murder in masses, well, yes, what is your death count in Celeste? Now that's an interesting, Would you consider it mass murder if you were murdering the same immortal regenerating entity over and over again? So like, there's still something left of them afterwards. I personally, I would just think of that as torture, I think. Because I'm not actually taking any lives, per se. But, I don't know. I suppose that does somewhat depend on how the regeneration operates? I don't know. That is not a question that I've given a lot of thought before, because I suppose there aren't that many actual immortal entities out there. Yeah, I personally, I think I would just think of that as torture. Like, I'm certainly torturing Madeline, but I don't feel like I'm committing mass murder against Madeline's. No, oh dear. So we can't afford to miss a beat there, I don't think. Uh-oh. How did detail you overlooked when I asked how far you would want to be on the double up, and it gave me give it to the next person? Okay. What was the overlooked detail? Uh-oh. I should check what the overall, by the time we finish main story Celeste, I should look at how much Madeline has died in total. The detail is the others' decisions. Okay. Okay, in what way was that overlooked? If I am the absolute start of it, they are not given a decision. Someone before you might have decided to kill however many people and you don't get your turn. Well, but that was asking where we wanted to be. Oh, so you don't have the weight of the decision on you? Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought that was addressed, because, I mean, that's, the passing it along is trying to pass responsibility. I would rather kill one person than potentially allow more people to die. The burden of that choice does not bother me. Let me rephrase that. I still do not know if I could personally actually look someone in the eyes and pull a lever that would kill them. I don't know if I, as a person, would actually be able to do that. But sitting safe and comfy in my armchair, and given other decisions I have made in my life that fortunately have not been about people's lives, to be clear, what I hope I could do, and what I think I could do, and would feel better about, is doing that, pulling that lever and saying no one else is going to have that burden, no one else is going to be tempted to make what I would consider the strictly wrong decision. I will pull that lever. I am not concerned about the mental weight of that burden, other than will that burden be mentally so great that I myself will not manage to carry out my ideals. But like, in principle, I am not worried about mitigating that. I would not be going, oh phew, someone else made that decision, because if I had a decision on where to position myself, I'm going to be terrified and disappointed with myself, honestly, if I choose to pass the buck to someone else, because that in and of itself is like making that choice to basically, pass along the doubling to someone else. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that had been kind of addressed, but if it had not, I am not concerned about my mental health in the doubling trolley problem, except as far as would I actually be able to do what is necessary to save as many lives as possible. That is my concern with it. Unfortunately, I'm boring. I'm not looking to go for a high score. Is Johan even a real gamer? Okay. I've gotten out of the dashing up habit, which I think is throwing off the timing more. Yeah. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Nope. How about this? If you don't pull the lever, X many people die. But if you pull the lever, the next person on gets it half as many people. Hold up. That actually requires some genuine thought. So, just so I'm clear. What you're saying is, so a pool of, so if, let's say we start with a pool of 1,000, or 1,024. So if I'm at the start of the 1,024, or if I'm at the start and I pull the lever, I kill 1,024 people. And I don't pull the lever, 1,024 people die. There we go. Then, if I pull the lever, it passes on to the next person, and 512 people would die if they did nothing. So, the ideal scenario for minimizing life loss is everyone pulls the lever, and then when it would go from 1 to 1/2, that person is, I suppose, quite literally halved. So that only one person dies. Is that a correct understanding of this hypothetical? No? Okay. Because I'm like, Windmill Slam pulled the lever, but then there is some interesting questions about, like, where would you want to position yourself? Because if you can do it earlier on, you're saving more lives, making sure that it's not other people who, for some reason, have a real grudge against humanity. But you also don't want to, if you are the last person, then you're taking on that burden and minimizing harm to others. If it gets to be the last person, they have to kill the original amount of people. Oh. So, interesting. So it's the ideal decision tree, again, as I'm perceiving it, would be for for everyone to pull the lever, except the second to last person, who then kills 2 people. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Huh. That certainly does make it a not just straightforward, oh, of course, the first one. So, I obviously, being last person, I do not think, oh, damn. I don't think being last person is what I want in that scenario, because then there's no agency in that. The last person is just at the mercy of everyone before them. Or sends the train back to the beginning. So there is some agency. Now, ooh, actually, what if, to make that worse? No, I'm trying to think if it's, No, the scenario I'm thinking of gets too convoluted and changes other parts, but I was trying to think from that about a scenario where basically... Ah, man. So that basically it's something where it's a... You take a penalty and would be killing more people, but you can mulligan for a better outcome. The problem is that, essentially, all of the, air quotes, bad outcomes, or at least what I'm calling a bad outcome, are an endpoint, so there's not a cycle to it. Okay. Okay! So, that was correct, except I needed to immediately start using... I need to immediately start using those dashes, and not wait for the return. Oh, this is tough as nails. Yeah, and there's no binoculars. Goodness. Nope. Ooh, boy. Nope. God damn. Boop. 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 Bam. 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 Ba-dum. 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 Bum. I won't believe the next half of this room. Oh dear. We might not get through it then today. You're back? Hopefully everything's good. They're so back. Hell yeah. Yeah. All right. This is good news. I'm glad that you're safe. Bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Nope. Okay. Pew 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 pew. Nope. God damn. Get that fish. Get that fish. This timing is unfriendly. Ah! Oh. Oh, I didn't bounce there, that's why. SAO is safe, Baba rule? Baba is good for safety. When in doubt, Baba is you. It's a lovely little puzzle game. It's a Sokoban-like, where you're pushing around tiles, and some of the tiles contain rules about how other tiles work. Delightful game. Melts my brain. Ah! Exploding fish. Coding the video game, basically. Ah! And then Robert says something about Bitburner. Would be my guess. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-bum. No! Ooh! We bounce, we dash, we bounce, we dash. Just like in coding, half the time you have no clue why it works, but it works. And then you repeatedly go over it, trying to figure out how it does work so that you can hopefully replicate it in the future. Exactly. Nope. Dash first, no jump. Dash first, no jump. Gets way harder? Oh, I figure. That said, I don't think it's going to be as bad as some of the seasides. 2 words, comb room? Yeah. He knows, yes. Oh no. Hey, welcome in, Aya. How's it going? Bump, bump. Homeroom is gonna take 4 streams, maybe 5. Oh dear. You're broke? Uh-oh. I'm not quite broke, but I'm spending a lot of money that I wish I wasn't recently, so I somewhat understand the pain. Bought a $100 Nightwing comic? Gotcha. Was it worth it, though? Took over 1,000 hours to 100% Celeste. Dear God. Well, we're 127 in, and I think Farewell is our last big challenge before we do some Strawberry Jam. No, Celeste Net. I keep conflating the two for some reason. Is giant? Okay. But is fun? Personal favorite variation of the trolley problem is still, you see the trolley coming, no one's endangered, you jump in front of the trolley. I mean, yeah, I guess that one kinda... Guess that one also just kinda gets asked anytime you're walking your train tracks. Head to Golden Farewell? Oh, no. Yeah, no, agreed. Sorry for your loss. Amazed that you're still with us. Ah! Fun fact, Nightwing is 5'10"? Damn! Me trying to remember... It's funny. I'm trying to remember my height in inches. My height is... I know that I am taller than 5'4", but that's about it. It was fun, but still feel that pain? Fair enough. Nightwing is 5'7". Oh, so there's different kinds? Right, because there were different folks. That's right. I forget which one you said was your favorite, but one is named Tad. Is he a tad short? One guy who beat Celeste without dying a single time, and at the end of 8C, they actually cried? Yeah, that's fair. Don't make fun, but 6'7"? I was gonna say, that's quite tall. 5'6", that's probably close to what I am. Again, I don't remember in inches. Honestly, I don't remember in centimeters either, so I don't remember my height in general. He's a tad evil. Ah, he murders people. Oh, well, is that all? Is it in the form of trolley problems? Presumably feet. I mean, that's... I don't think that's really how people give metric heights. Also, if Missouri is where they were saying they were from, you know. Can someone translate to metric, please? I'll approximately... Well, okay, so 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, so that would be, so 2.5, 5.6 inches? No, so that would be, so every 6 inches is about 15 centimeters, and 12, so that would be, so 30, so 150, 165 centimeters or thereabouts. That's off by, I'm ignoring a 0.04, but it's gonna be in the ballpark. No, too short. Madeline too short here. Madeline, your hitbox, please. No. Yeah, that's probably around where I'm at. This is such a tricky screen. Ugh. Wow, words. This is such a tricky screen. Yes, indeed. We're trying, and unfortunately, I may have to give up for today, but we want to make it work. Hey, welcome in, Marcus. How's it going? Also, welcome in, Colin Terries, I should say, rather than just attempting to read your message and butchering it and then moving on. Yeah, Jojo Han? Oh, Jojo Han's bizarre skill issue, exactly. But what would be my stand? Having never watched JoJo's, and only being vaguely aware that stands are magical powers that are always named after a song, I think? Isn't Madeline canonically really tall? Wait, what? Really? Oh, no, and SAO, do not worry, I'm part of this. I enjoy trying to figure out the pathing, and if I am looking for assistance, I will let folks know. We spent 14 hours on 8C. Like, this is not going to break me. I might whine a lot, but... Which I've had the stream playing twice with a slight delay for a couple seconds. Ooh, that's terrible on your ears. Thank you for the wonderful raid. Rahivi likes mangoes. How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in, Raider. Whoop whoop. Ah, welcome in, Silver. Convinced the raid? Hello. How's it going? What were you doing? Oh, God. We are trying desperately to make this fish work for us, and it's not going well. The first 22 stands are named after tarot cards. Okay, that makes a certain amount of sense. I assume basically all the major arcana. Bam, bam, blah. I don't think it's actually just the fish's problem. They stole that from Balatro. Ah, yes, definitely. Balatro, only media content allowed to have anything to do with tarot cards. Ashless one, I feel like, was the hardest because not having my dash felt like Deadpool not being able to die. Or Deadpool being able to die? Me at liking Mango's competition, my opponent is Rahivi. I am cooked. I have no idea why, but the meme has gotten stuck in your head. Please help me. Is there a meme specifically about liking mangoes? Because that's weirdly specific and would delight me. Hanging Chad? Oh yes, definitely from Balatro. Then the author goes like, screw it, bands and songs it is. Okay. Wants to die, but he can't. Oh, that's fair. I have not actually read any of the Deadpool comics, and I feel like that is a crying shame. Boop. I heard mangoes were? I mean, I do like mangoes. Pain. Oh god, why is that video a minute long? Wait, there's the video associated with the mangoes is a minute long? Oh, I remember there was a meme from my robotics competition that was about mangoes, and I'm suddenly wondering if there was like some shared mimetic DNA. Oh, no! Thank you for the hydrate, Silver. Oh, I should have gotten some mango juice, maybe for next time. Personas for the Persona games are basically just stands. That's fair. I have not played any of the Persona games, but I have watched a friend play through all of Persona 5. Pain. It's like the same type of joke. I went to Skill Issue Town and everyone knew you, Johan. Oh no. Okay, but yes, so it's not just about mangoes. It's a flexible one of so-and-so likes or loves thing. Uh-oh. I can't beat them. Me versus Johan in a plays things competition. I'm cooked. Something to that effect. Hey, fellow kiddos. I am hip and cool and down with the youth. Am I doing it right? Do I internet good? One of the games has a very blatant JoJo reference. Nice. That's fun. I really enjoy when media references other media. Yet the being late competition and my opponent isn't there yet. Ooh. Uh-oh. Never a good sign. Wasn't there a samurai that did that, basically? Castlevania also has at least one? Sick. But no, wasn't there a samurai that, like, very specifically recognized that a number of his opponents were, like, really sticklers for protocol, and then, to annoy them and throw them off, scheduled duels and then showed up, like, an hour late? And then once they started to expect him an hour late, he started showing up, like, an hour early? Just to kind of be a dick. I can't remember his name though, so I'm not confident that's an actual thing. That's just like in the back of my head. Me arriving at the gaslighting competition, I don't see any competition standing there. Uh-oh. That's a very specific point that we have to hit. I think I'm gonna set a firm. I've given it 5 more minutes. If I don't do it by then, I'm gonna need to call it. You know, we'll call it 6, so, or 5.5, so, at 127:17. I saw a funny thing at the store the other day. It was a 3D printed hand, but the middle finger popped out like a lightsaber. Hell yeah. That's pretty sick. 3D printing is really neat. I've never been super great at CAD, but I really respect folks who do. Hey, welcome in, Lumery. How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Oh, still, I forgot the name of the map that you were doing last time, but still same Jump King map? Hey, also, welcome in Toastbroat. Welcome in Fat Money. Thank you, raiders. Damn, still need to 3D print more Marsh figures. Yes. But hope you're all doing well. We're here for another 5 minutes trying to make this fish work for us. What do you mean rated? When someone is streaming, they can go say, hey, this other streamer is cool. Let's mosey on over there when we're done and go keep the party rolling and watch. So, we are currently working on Farewell. We've been on this room for a while, and unfortunately, I am going to need to run here soon, but we're desperately trying to make it through this room. Subscribe to earn drops. I have, Uno was talking about that earlier. Apparently, that's just like a Twitch-wide thing. If you have it enabled, there's something where if you subscribe, you might get Crunchyroll, I think, was how I vaguely understood it. But Johan sponsored by Crunchyroll. Man, I wish. I have been getting a lot of notifications for, like, Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships, which that is not, I will fully say, I do not have a problem with people selling out. If people wanna make a little more money from their modicum of fame, go for it, man. But from what I have seen of Raid Shadow Legends, I don't think I could look at myself in a mirror afterwards. No. Pain! Wait, steal all his treasure. Wait, what? When we raid Johan, we steal all of his treasure. Oh no! I'm being plundered? I'm raided and plundered? Uh-oh. Gotta hide my doubloons. Me trying to actually remember. I think I own some very small quantity of gold, so I suppose I do have traditional pirate riches that could be plundered. Uh-oh. Raid is honestly not so bad, or at least not worse than most other mobile games out there. That's fair. It's just, I do not have the patience for that kind of thing. From what I've seen, it has a lot of the, like, time-gated progression, which just drives me absolutely nuts. I think the only like, upgrade time-graded progression game that I've really, like, allowed myself to still enjoy is Arknights, I think. Renee discards. Oh no. You know, funny detail, Descartes, the name of the philosopher, is also the second person conditional of discarting in Spanish. I'm bad with verb conjugation things, so it might be wrong, but something along those lines in Spanish. Fascinating. It's always so funny when Johan laughs so high it triggers the noise canceling filter. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is that what happens? Is that why people think my laugh is so funny? Oh dear. Me with a usually fairly deep voice. Apparently. Oh, that's really funny. How you can tell I don't listen back my own videos because I don't like my own voice. Talk about putting Descartes before the horse. You can't do this to me. Someone's name is Ash. They're pretty much obligated to get cremated after their death, so they can truly be one with their name. I suppose that's fair. Wait, Pokemon Ash? No! Welcome in, Alyssa. Beaver with a chainsaw? Sweet! Saw it? Wait, what? Yon reminds me of Koro-sensei from Assassination Classroom, both in voice and personality. I'm going to make a note of that, Alyssa, and when I actually get around to watching Assassination Classroom, I am going to listen and I'm going to judge. I'm so hungry, I could eat a sawhorse? That's both great and awful. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Uh-oh. Especially when Johan does his after dying. Be right back. Well, probably goodbye, because we're signing off in approximately 15 seconds. Or at least moving towards wrapping up. Oh, how did I not notice the cute Hu Tao emote? We love Hu Tao. 15:14. Oh, wait, no. The emergency timer. Wrapping up. My name is Johan and I'm here to say it has been a lovely day. But now, my friends, I must bid adieu. I'm feeling good, and how about you? I don't know. That's about as much as I can wrap up. But crash. Unfortunately, I need to go attend to certain things because, again, don't eat expired pistachios. That is not a good idea. I thought that a week out of date wasn't that bad, but the video, we will watch the video next time. We will make a note of it. Oh, that watch answer C. I guess I do already have my technique, so this is fair. C-rap, wow. Wait, so boing, boing. Oh, so it... Okay, so I had been trying for that earlier, but I just wasn't confident enough. No, I almost did that a few times. I didn't seize the opportunity. I will need to work on that in the future. Don't drink expired milk. Expired milk, I think, is a pretty good one to tell. I mean, nuts, I typically find that you can taste if they're rancid. They did not taste rancid, so either my taste buds are really cooked, or I don't know. But dun. How do you do it, Pug? One thing that expired is the problem, unless it's moist somehow. Must have just gotten unlucky with some moldy ones. There's an allowed amount of moldy nuts in a package, usually not a problem. Maybe got unlucky. I guess it's just, like, they tasted normal. They looked normal on inspection, so dunno. Did that screen like this using the fish? Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely taste the nut. Thank you, Quote. Thank you for taking the shot at the joke that we all knew was there. Just finished Assassination in Classroom and liked it. Very good show. Jolly good show. Do something different, but yes, that is simpler. Yeah, we will see. Hopefully, we'll be able to make things work. There's a tiny chance that I stream tomorrow, but I think the answer is probably not, because I need to do some packing, and then I am flying far away, on Wednesday. So, I will not be seeing folks, until, Wednesday the 28th, I believe, at the earliest. Because I have a wedding to celebrate, and my wallet is crying, but we're going to enjoy it anyway. But yeah, this has been lovely. We made a little bit of progress. We're learning things. We figured out the routing on the room that was really struggling while we were talking to Shifu for some reason, but we got there. So, thank y'all for watching. Guys, Johan getting married, confirm? Oh, yes, definitely. Where's Johan at? Man, I wish it was my wedding, because A, I would not be spending as much money. Because at this point, I'm thoroughly convinced I will probably just, like, have a get-together where people can show up and we can play board games. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll get fancy and allow folks to telecommute. Being like, okay, children, today we're going to train your bloodlust. Yeah. What of it? Oh no, it's raid probably. I'm taking a quick look. If anyone has suggestions... Looks like Kitsuke Yume is live. If people want to see some more good Celeste gameplay, we could do that. Added permitted term testicles. But Crystal has an outline, it means it respawns. and it takes exactly the same amount of time 2 dashes can keep you in there. That I did not know. I did not know that was an exact equivalent amount of time. Funny how nut evolved from a noun to a verb because it used to mean testicles. Yeah. All right. We, in that case, are going to raid on out to Kitsuke Yume. Kitsuke Yume. Please tell me I spelled that correctly. Yes. All right. It has been lovely. Hope everyone is doing well. But for now, I must bid you adieu. Catch you, hopefully, not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday next. Bye. Oh, the work was fun, but the wages low. Leave her, Johann, leave her. I guess it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to leave her.